So what's up guys, Ghost here, and today I'm bringing us all the top 10 guns that have only been in one Call of Duty game here. So a lot of these guns are just one-off weapons that have been in that one specific CoD and that never showed up again. And it's sad to say some of these guns are actually pretty good, but with others it's like, nah, it's better off since it's only been in that one CoD. But for all you guys right now, comment down below one gun that you would love to see in every single Call of Duty game, or one gun that you miss that you want back here, say in Modern Warfare 4. For me, it is going to be the Honey Badger. Let's get right here at the #1 spot. The Honey Badger has sadly only been in one Call of Duty game, aka Call of Duty Ghost. I know some people are gonna be saying, well, what do you mean? There was a Honey Badger variant in Infinite Warfare of the NV4, and yeah, there is a variant of the NV4 called the Honeybee, which has an integrated suppressor on the NV4. However, it's not the same gun. It's literally an NV4 with a suppressor on it. That's all it is, quite literally. But the only time the Honey Badger has made an appearance was Call of Duty Ghost. Sad to say, because the Honey Badger is so freaking cool of a weapon. It's one of my favorite guns of all time for sure. My favorite gun of all time is the Scar H from Black Ops 2, and the Honey Badger is definitely behind it at #2. This has an integrated suppressor, it has beautiful iron sights, it has great damage, it's so consistent, it has a perfect fire rate. Overall, a beast of a gun. It's the go-to pub stomping weapon for Call of Duty Ghosts, and I hope to see it in Modern Warfare 4. The next gun we have here is going to be from Modern Warfare 2. It's the PP2000. It's a machine pistol, therefore making it obviously a secondary. It's not a primary weapon, but I believe before MW2 came out, I heard that this was supposed to be a primary weapon for Modern Warfare 2, but they scrapped it to be just a secondary. So honestly, I can kind of see where it would fall as a primary weapon if it had more ammo, because look what I'm doing to these guys here. I'm mapping them with just a little tiny machine pistol, bro. It's crazy. It does like more damage, and it's more consistent than the F2000 here. So I say this is one of the best secondaries any Call of Duty game has ever had, but it's sadly only been in Modern Warfare 2. People have actually found the PP2000 in game files for Modern Warfare Remastered, but it never came to MWR. People were thinking that's there because of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and they just left, I guess they have leftover assets of MW2 guns, and that's why it's there. But nonetheless, man, the PP2000 was only in MW2. It's a phenomenal machine pistol. It's crazy good, has no recoil, and it has some pretty decent damage, all things considered. Look right here, this dude just got mapped by a PB2000. Crazy as hell. The next weapon we have is going to be the M48-3. So the M48-3 has only been in both COD 4s here. When I say both COD 4s, I just mean the original and Modern Warfare Remaster. It's the same thing, so it's only been in just this one Call of Duty game. And I am really bad at sniping, so I don't really use the M43 all that much, and I don't praise it to be one of the best snipers ever, but I do know for a fact if you slap ACOG sight on it, it is extremely powerful for sure, and it's fun as hell because if you have ACOG, and I think stopping power, but I forgot if stopping power affects it or not, but I do know for a fact if you have ACOG, it makes it a one-shot kill for whatever reason on anywhere on the body with the enemies, which is pretty weird. You know, it's just a weird quirk that Call of Duty 4 does have with its weapons. Some attachments affect the damage, surprisingly enough, and an ACOG sight, yeah, for whatever reason, it makes it a one-shot kill, and it's fun to run with ACOG, but many people love the M48-3, and it's definitely the classic sniper of COD 4. That's all I'm gonna say. It's only been in this Call of Duty game, and I kind of doubt it'll come back because it's legit been 10 years plus since we've seen this gun in not even in a Call of Duty game. So let's get right to the next weapon, which is going to be Modern Warfare 3. We have the PM9. This PM9 is regarded to be the worst SMG here in Modern Warfare 3, and one of the worst SMGs to ever grace a Call of Duty game, and that is simply because I say it's not that great of an SMG compared to the others here in MW3. It's all like, why would you want to settle for less with a PM9 when you can settle for way better with SMGs such as the PP90M1, the P90, the UMP45, and obviously the MP7. Like, why would you want to choose the PM9 over those godly SMGs, especially the laser beam the MP7 is. The bad thing about this PM9 is the fact that the iron sights are hot trash and the recoil is just absolutely just horrendous. However, you can just put steady aim pro on it and sleight of hand as well and just go ahead hip firing around the map, and it's actually not too bad of an SMG. However, I could settle for way better and use the MP7 or the P90. For me, in my opinion, this gun doesn't have a place in the game, and if it didn't exist in MW3, then I don't think anyone would care because you already have spray and pray SMGs like the P90M1 and the P90. So enough said about that. Let's go to the next weapon, which is going to be the F2000 from Modern Warfare 2. You guys definitely expected to see this gun on this list, right? How could you not include this gun on a list where you go over the top weapons that have never been in another Call of Duty game, man? This has only been in MW2 for good reason, because it's a very, very bad assault rifle. Comparing it to the other ones that are godly, just like what I was saying with the PM9, why would you want to settle for less with the F2000 when you can settle for way, and I mean a long way better with guns like the Scar H, the FAL, the AK-47, the ACR? I don't need to say that. Like, you guys already know the best assault rifles and the best guns overall in Modern Warfare 2. So why would you want to use the F2000, right? And if this gun never existed, then I think no one would really care all that much. I mean, people would care the fact that, yeah, they lost an iconic gun that everyone shits on. You know, I would definitely be like, damn, I kind of miss the F2000 because, you know, we always hate on this gun. Everybody hates on the F2000, and it's so hilarious to me. But yeah, it's only been an MW2, and I honestly 100% doubt it'll ever come back in any Call of Duty game. So yeah, are you guys an F2000 lover, or do you hate it just like everyone else? Next up, we have a weapon from Advanced Warfare. It is going to be the HBR-3. The HBR-3 is one of my favorite guns of all time, honestly. I just love the way it looks. The iron sights are just so cool, and they are just wonderful to use. They're easy. This is like a crazy easy gun to use, and the first 2 shots of every magazine shoots faster than the rest, just like the A94. So it's kind of like an A94 in that sense, how it has a faster fire rate with the first 2 shots only, and then it decreases back to its normal rate of fire, which that makes it a very great gun, especially up close. You can constantly burst it and get that bonus fire rate. And it's even more crazy because there's a variant called the Insanity of this gun here, which has +2 in the fire rate, +1 in the damage. So that's crazy. HBR is great enough as it is, but that takes it to a whole new level. It makes it shoot incredibly fast, and it deletes people. It's just beyond insane, bro. So I wish this gun could come back. I love the HBR so much, but it's literally kind of like the A94 in that sense, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's go on to the next Call of Duty game, which is going to be Black Ops, and we have the MPL SMG here. The MPL is a gun that I forget about all the time because Black Ops 1 has so many SMGs and so many guns as a whole that were only in this Call of Duty game, and the MPL is one of them. And I chose the MPL because I say it's a very solid SMG here in this game. As you're seeing, I'm kind of destroying these guys here with it, and I have a suppressor on it to see how it is with a suppressor, and it's actually not that bad of an SMG. And I don't know why it's only been in Black Ops. I think it's probably because it's not popular at all whatsoever. Only since you have the AK-74U and the MP5K, those are the most popular SMGs in Black Ops. So having the MPL, no one thinks of that SMG when you think of Black Ops submachine guns. Who? Not me. I don't know if you do. If you do, then wow, that's crazy as hell, man. Like, I would immediately go straight thinking to the 74U and how phenomenal it was of a gun. So nothing much more to say here. I would not mind it if it does come back, but yeah, let's go on to the next gun, which is going to be the Stoner as well from Black Ops. This is the Stoner 63. It's an LMG, and I actually quite like this weapon a lot. I used it back in its prime quite a bit, man, as my 11-year-old self for whatever reason. I had some pretty fond memories with the Stoner. The iron sights are definitely pretty freaky. They're pretty obstructive, and they're kind of difficult to use sometimes, but it's just all about you getting used to it, and it's not too bad of an LMG. It's kind of like an LMG slash assault rifle hybrid, it feels like. It doesn't even feel like an LMG to me at all whatsoever. It's more or less an assault rifle, but it's a pretty mobile, a good LMG that's only been in Black Ops, and I think it's probably because it's not popular as well. No one thinks of the stoner here in Black Ops whenever you think of guns, right? So that's all I gotta say with this LMG. With Call of Duty Ghosts, we got the K7 submachine gun. So just like the Honey Badger, it does have an integrated suppressor built into it already, which makes it extremely great already as an SMG, and it has an upper advantage, kind of a bit more than say the CBJ or the Vepr. However, the only downside that this K7 has is its damage. It definitely take a lot more shots compared to say the Vector and the MTAR, but that's because you got that suppressor. You know, it's like, what would you want to sacrifice, the damage for a free suppressor or use a different gun other than the K7, right? I say this is a solid weapon overall. It's one of my favorites, and it's low-key pretty underrated here in CoD Ghosts. Iron sights are beautiful, it's just an easy gun to use, and I genuinely hope it does come back in Modern Warfare 4 because it's such a unique SMG as is, and I think it would fit MW4 pretty well, honestly. So let's go to the last weapon here, which is going to be the Black Ops 1 Kypris. So we have another Black Ops weapon here. This gun, I'm not sure why it exists. Like, I don't know why. It's a cool looking weapon, don't get me wrong, but why would you want to use this and put yourself at a disadvantage with this gun when you have way better SMGs and as a whole way better guns like the FAMAS, the Galil, the G11. This is one of the worst guns in Black Ops, in my opinion, for sure. It's kind of fun to run around with sometimes, only because I don't see this gun used that often, so it's a cool change up. However, I don't see it as a very good competitive weapon, honestly. So that's it, guys. That's going to be the top 10 weapons that have only been in one Call of Duty game. Who knows? Maybe some of these weapons will return in future Call of Duty games, but at this point, that's the one COD that it's been in. And tell me down below in the comment section, which gun do you want to see return in MW4? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.